Help. Guy gets a nude on our first date. These men are going crazy. Jared, huge fan of the show. So I went on my first Hinge date since quarantine. He was polite, witty, and we had a great conversation. So he came back to my place to hang for a little after dinner. We made out, but then he kept trying to do more. I was very tempted, but told myself before the date I wouldn't have sex. I'm glad I didn't, because when he went to call his Uber, he opened up a text with a full-on nude he received. He quickly looked at it at me to see if I had seen it, but I didn't respond or say anything about it. Should I have called it out? We're hanging out again this week, but not sure if I should bring it up or just ignore it. What do you think? This is a first date. This nude pops up out of nowhere.
Nothing is her business yet. That is not that is not her business or her concern yet. Let me tell you something. My last boyfriend worked in the industry, entertainment, and we were at somebody's birthday party, and he went to the back to get me a drink, and he had his phone out. And he was checking it, and I pulled up behind dark. You couldn't hear me because there's music playing. And, of course, I got a glimpse of who he was talking to or texting. And it was full labia. It was full vagina. and of
Open
course,
labes.
Full labes. And I tapped him like, who's that? And he wasn't like, oh, my God. He was kind of like, look, Jackie, I can't control what these bitches do. And even though if I had dug more, there probably was more to it. But the reality is, people who send you naked pictures or nudes, until you act on it or you have a reason to be suspicious, you really can't. You can be upset by it because it's not your naked body. But the first date got a nude, that's not your business. None of his tech are her business yet.
I agree with you as far as it's. I wouldn't fault her for canceling the second date. At this point,
I wouldn't postpone it. Don't cancel it. Postpone it.
Maybe postpone it, but also let's look at the reality of the situation. Yeah. You guys, this is your first date out of quarantine. You're on dating apps. He's on dating apps. You guys you're texting with everyone you can to have some sort of human interaction. You finally get out of quarantine. You have a date, and he chooses you to go out with you over the couch. I'm not saying you should feel lucky, but I'm saying he did choose to commit time to getting to know you. Let's give him that much credit.
Yeah.
The thing that popped up on his phone, that is disappointing, but that's also the reality with which the waters you swim. It's a first date.
Yeah.
That's the world. I'm sure she's texting other people, and if she's not, that's okay too. But at the same time, this is one of those things that, like, it goes on his resume. Like, the next time he comes over, if he starts asking you for nudes, you'll go, oh, this is what you're in here for. You're here for nudes. Like, you'll know that that's kind of what he does. If he takes you on a second date and you go, hey, I wouldn't have sex with this guy. I'd be like, if you're really trying to get to know him, like I
don't see the big deal.
You don't see the big deal?
Because, you know why? I don't know the context or the history as to why that nude text came in. That could have been an ex. Yeah. And she might be one of 11 women that he's going through on Hinge and every place else.
You're right.
And she is his Tuesday. Until I know the conversation they had to decide where are we, what are we doing, but you don't, if you're having is this going to be a real thing on the first date? You're both crazy.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I think you're right. And I also, when you're talking about, like, should I go out with someone again? Did you have fun? Yeah. Did you feel fulfilled?
And did you feel safe? Then go out again.
If those three are a yes, you're going out again. And I want to go. I think you're absolutely right, especially because when you start ranking your feelings based on the texts that come into someone else's phone, you're always going to be disappointed.
You're going to lose I have never, ever, since phones came out, I have never searched a man's phone. Ever. Because I guarantee you search a man's phone, you will find shit. Because you're looking for shit. I believe that if you're meant to find out, unless you have reason to be like, okay, he is definitely fucking around. But if you don't have any concrete clues, there's no reason to snoop, because when you start snooping, you will see a text from last night from his ex-wife, from last Christmas from his ex-hoe, from a girl who is a fan of his who wants to fuck. You don't know where the contact of these texts are from, and it's too much stress to worry about.
Absolutely. Plus the fact that you don't know what level of him trying to wane off of this is. There's no context. You're right. You don't know.
You don't know. And I didn't tell you, the guy that I saw, he showed me another text from her. She's a stripper, and he used to date strippers, which that's his past. I can't do nothing about that. And she said in the text, "Come over right now and get some of this bomb ass head." She was offering and offering and offering, and he showed me. He's like, "Look, I have asked her to stop." But real hoes or real people overall, if they want you and they decide, I don't give a shit about your husband or your wife. A lot of people do not care. They're like, look, I don't give a shit. I want you. It's about them.